How's it going, everybody? Rye here today, and we are back with our Oakland Athletics franchise mode here in MLB The Show 22. And today, guys, we're going to move past what happened in the last one, a second best team finishing at about 500. And hopefully that was just unlucky in the sim. I know baseball is very hit or miss sometimes. It's not, you could have the best team in the league, and sometimes the bats aren't going at the same time the pitchers are going. So we'll see if we can improve on that today. But here we go, guys. Taking a look at the team. Bo Bichette, Jazz Chisholm, and Randy Arozarena leading the way here. Really, I want to bring back Bo Bichette like really badly. It's hard to find a shortstop who's, this good, creates a ton of runs. He had an amazing WAR for us this season. I mean, this is the best WAR he's had. Again, amazing runs created up at near 90. He is expiring as well. So we have a couple contracts that are expiring. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So who here, sort by overall, is a free agent? And you can see 3 of our top 4 players are free agents. Now, Bobby Witt Jr. is on a freaking amazing deal. He's up to an 89 overall. He is going to have one heck of a season next season, and I'm here for it. But if I had to choose between Bo Bichette and Jazz Chisholm, I'm probably choosing Bo Bichette. Jazz Chisholm was good. I mean, I'm not going to deny that he's a great player. Problem is, if I had to choose a position that I would want more from, it's the shortstop. And I think I'm just going to go with Bo Bichette, depending on what our budget looks like. Now, we got Logan Webb here, too, who's expiring. We'll see what he wants, as far as his contract is concerned. Although, yeah, I could say 3 of our top 4. We have a ton of 89s that are locked up for long-term. Alex Verdugo's locked up for a while here. $20 million for Verdugo is a lot of money, and maybe it's somebody I look to move on. Oh my God, he had a 4.3 WAR. Why am I talking about moving on from a guy who had a 4.3 WAR, created 84 runs this season? How many home runs did he hit? 23. That's not too bad, but Zach Gallen here is probably worth the money. Randy Arozarena, we might want to move on from him. The Cuban international, 89 overall. He is declining a little bit because we have Freddie Thompson, right? We're going to have to make some sacrifices in certain places, and maybe we could use a Arozarena to get a cost-controlled second baseman. We'll see. Sean Murphy here. We'll probably keep him for one more season because we got some other catchers in the pipeline coming up. James Karinchak, we'll see how much he wants, but if he has to go, he has to go. Pawson, look at that. Pawson up to an 82. I'm glad I haven't gotten rid of this guy. He's only 22 and he's got plenty of time left. And Devon Williams is a guy that I probably will re-sign, but not for $4.4 million, and hopefully get a little bit of a discount. But you guys can see here, Freddie Thompson here is probably ready for the show. He's 81 overall. He's only 20 years old. He's on a $73,000 contract for the next 2 years. That's the kind of guy I want. And then Eliza Hernandez actually is the guy I would like to get rid of. 11.1 million for 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I don't know how many more seasons. A lot of seasons after this, and he's down to a 79 at 29, and 11.1 is not worth it. He was a guy I wanted to fill out the rotation, but now is time for guys like Grayson Rodriguez. It's time for Gunnar Hoglund. It's time for these guys to come in and be a part of this team. So I'm excited to get some of our youngsters coming up as well. Obviously Grayson Rodriguez we traded for, but a guy like Connie Nelson, 78 A potential. We'll see how he looks at the start of the season, right? Jordan Wicks could grow, but we can see here that Gunnar Hoglund got called up and could be that last guy in the rotation to replace Eliza Hernandez, who is just straight up overpaid. And getting rid of Eliza Hernandez might actually allow me to keep a guy like Jazz Chisholm. So there we go. They have been eliminated from the playoffs, and I think we'll just sim to the offseason here. We'll advance the day. Okay, so we'll see Minnesota versus New York and the Dodgers versus the Braves. Not a lot of parity so far. And it's Minnesota. Minnesota finally beats the Yankees, and it's Minnesota against the Dodgers. And they've got the 1-0 series lead right now, and the Twins have beaten the Dodgers. Let's take a look at this Twins team, just because I want to be salty about it. And it's nowhere near as good as ours, but Luis Severino probably had one heck of a postseason. Byron Buxton's just an amazing player to begin with. Oh, he is losing a lot of power, though. I wonder if that's injury related. Garrett Hampson here, a good shortstop, very, very good for them. Rougned Odor, Jorge Alcala. Yeah, so pretty solid team. And we're going to head to the postseason. Our manager he better retire because he knew it was on the chopping. I was going to fire him if he didn't retire. I didn't realize he was going to retire. So we do need to sign a new pitching coach and manager. View retired players. Kyle Nicholas and Caleb Sampson. they just weren't good enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Anybody else big that retired? Jackie Bradley Jr. retired. Lorenzo Cain retired. Wow. So we're getting in that stage of the series. Is there anybody else? Chris Bassett, I recognize. Johnny DeLuca, I guess I recognize. I think that's because I signed him at one point, like as a free agent. I don't know why I recognize the name Johnny DeLuca, but Max Scherzer is going to make the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Max Scherzer. But here we go. You guys can see free agent negotiations. Oh, these are exclusive free agent negotiations. And Bo Bichette, Logan Webb, Sean Murphy, Devon Williams. How much does Devon Williams want? He wants $5.6 million. I'm sorry, Devon, but I just don't think you're worth that when I can go after Tyler Rogers for what, 3.8? Again, 3.8 is a little much. Ryan Tepera just seriously dropped off, but maybe I'll go after Tyler Rogers again. I'm not sure, but Bo Bichette, what does he want? We're not really close to home. Where is he from? He's from Florida. Meh. If we sign him for 3 years, it's $17.3 million a year. Let's go ahead and sign our let's go after manager. Actually, wait, never mind. That's not going to matter. Frank Takahashi, +3 power, +1. Oh my goodness. Speed. No, I'd rather have the power boost. Are you kidding me? -1 break. I'm going to throw all the money at him, so he has no other choice but to join us. Like, I'm going after him. He's 57. Frank Takahashi. I know it's going to cut into my budget just a bit, but that's +3 power for everybody, right? We got about $60 million to spend here. So let's go ahead, offer him that $22 million, and that's actually pretty high up there. We'll see. I mean, how could you not want to work with the second best team in baseball? But where is, oh, do I not get to interact with Zach? Oh, he's arbitration. That's right. Okay, so we got to do the these guys are just straight up going to be free agents. So Logan Webb, how much does he want to come back? He wants $21 million to come back. And if I gave him that, if we backload it, we could save some money now, and then, yeah, I might backload it, guys. I might backload this contract to save a lot of money now to be able to keep this team together, just to see what they can do. He's looking for, so he's 29. I would get him till he's 34, right? So we're looking at $21.2 million a year. Can I get him down to just $21 million a year? There we go. $21 million a year. Let's make this offer, and he loves that offer. Sean Murphy is a free agent, and he wants $9.8 million per season. I think Sean Murphy might be on his way out here, guys. Taking a look at the roster, Tyler Soderstrom, pretty good, 76, solid catcher. Sean Murphy in the last 2 seasons, I mean, he's been solid, right? But I think that Tyler Soderstrom for $70,000, who had a solid season, right? I think I might keep him around and then sign another guy as a backup. Who knows? Tyler Soderstrom, I think, is going to be my long-term catcher here, guys. I think Sean Murphy, the other positions, in my opinion, are just too important for us. You guys can see $9.8 million is a lot of money. Well, we can see, but Bo Bichette first, right? Bo Bichette first. 4 years, actually 3 years would get us down to 17 million. 3 years for 17 million. He's not very, so we are going to have to overpay for him. Let's backload the contract again, give us a little bit more room to maneuver. Devon Williams, I think I'm going to let him go. Tyler Rogers, though, is 35, 2 years on a $3.8 million deal. I really don't know what to think there, guys. I just really don't know what to think about that. Let's see. 3.8 million. How good was he? He was really good. I'm going to give it to him. All right. We offered the coach, now pitching coaches for hire. Break, home run. Oh, home runs per 9. I like that a lot. I like Torrey Villa. I'm going to go after him. We're going to give him $1.5 million for 3 years. There we go. He's massively interested in that. And we could create Stadium Select. Could we? Oh, wow. So we could actually All-Star Stadium, Classic Stadiums, Minor Leagues. Is there like could I create it? Oh, I could create a new stadium. That's so cool. I I think I kind of would like to see how this team does in the current stadium, but we'll see. All right, so calendar, we're probably good. Yes, Takahashi is here as our manager. That's a good manager. And then Torrevilla is here as well. Bo Bichette, Logan Webb, and Tyler Rogers still don't know what to think about our contract offer. We are offering $42.8 million in projected surplus. Let's go ahead, actually make a trade. There we go. Eliza Hernandez has got to go. Oh my goodness, we could almost get Pete Alonso. He's only making $9.8 million. I say only 9.8, like it's some small chunk of change. Carlos Correa, no thanks. No, not to those guys either. Gleyber Torres at second. Oh my goodness, we could save ourselves $6 million and get a guy like Gleyber Torres, who it just was insane last season. He was off the charts. Other than that, he's been pretty pedestrian. His runs created were pretty good, but let's see how many plate appearances. Yeah, he had a pretty similar plate appearances in back-to-back years, and he just kind of stepped it up. What did he do differently? Oh, he hit more home runs. He jacked the ball out of the park more in New York. But Gleyber Torres at 29 as a second baseman, or do I want to go after like a prospect here and just clear all of this budget to go ahead and get Reynaldo Lopez, this bullpen arm, making only $1.6 million. Oh my God, he's worth nothing to them. He would literally just be a throw-in, so I could go after Manuel Margot. Oh my God, they don't want Margot either. Good Lord. Okay, so anything less than 11 million would be, oh my God, Jackson Jobe. A renewable contract for 2 more seasons. A very well-rounded pitcher. I'd have to give up a little bit more, but whew, Tigers. Okay, I'm thinking about you. The Twins that just won the World Series. No, thank you. Nobody here really. Yeah, again, way too much money there in Los Angeles. Who's making 43.9? It's Anthony Rendon. Oh my God. Good Lord. That's insane. There's Jorge Alfaro here, the catcher, who's 83 overall. I'm thinking maybe I go after a guy like that. Kaprelian on the last year of his deal. Bring him back. No thanks. Who else? Marlins. No. Aaron Bummer. 6.5. I mean, this would clear up $5 million in space, right? Mets. No. JP Crawford here is only making. Wow, he's only making 3.8 million. Is this a bargain? Is this, oh my God, 4.0 WAR last season. Good Lord, runs created. Yeah, he seems to have been doing pretty well, right? They want a little bit more than that. I could get that, yeah, but that would not defeat the purpose. JP Crawford here could play second for us. He could be our second baseman. His fielding is fine for it. 3.8 million. He's got some decent quirks, right? Unbreakable's a nice one to have. The Phillies. Okay, I'm looking at you. Oh my God, Brady House. Yeah, he's insane. 652,000. Oh my God, I would have to throw in. Oh my God, Zach Gallen, and it still doesn't. Oh wow, that is insane. Let's go ahead and keep looking here. It's tough because you can only trade for players that have a contract, right? So let's go ahead and take a look through. We're to the Pirates, the Cardinals. No, some of these guys on the cheaper deals. Yusniel Luis seems to be a good batter, right? Decent. They still think they should be getting more, which is fine. I'll keep looking. Okay, there was a team in here that I was looking at very interestingly at their young player. It was a B potential. Okay, so Gleyber Torres is probably not the move, although he would be a the second baseman for us. But I'm still hoping I can get Jazz Chisholm back for a relatively cheaper deal. Justin Dunn, no, thank you. Yeah, because our budget would go up so much. We clear about 10 million off the budget here. The Tigers had Jackson Jobe. He is a great starting pitching prospect, and they want oh yeah, he's not under contract. Oh, so what would make this work? Would take Michael Busch and Spencer Torkelson. They want Spencer. They demand Spencer Torkelson back. They are still upset they got fleeced in that deal. So sorry, guys. There was another player in here that I was interested in. Who was it? Was it the Mariners? No, it was the Phillies. It was the Phillies. Let's go to the Phillies. There we go. JP Crawford at shortstop. They want just a little bit more, and there we go. Austin Acevedo. Adios, Austin Acevedo, and we can bring in JP Crawford. I mean, even to be on the bench, he's close to home. He gets the happiness boost, right? And our budget would increase by $7 million after this deal. About $7.5 million after this deal, we would increase. And I say it's worth it. I mean, we solved the second base problem. I'll shift him to second base. He's a good player. How does he get on base? His on base percentage actually always been pretty solid, right? On base plus slugging in the above 7,500 or 750, excuse me. Fielding percentage has been good. Plays a lot of innings, and last season he was insane. Because what made him insane last season? Why was he so insane? I'm not sure what made him so just burst out in WAR, but heck, he struck out about 30 times last, and if that can continue, I'll be very happy. He only walks about 70 times a season, which is definitely not bad, but all right, I definitely think I'm going to do this deal. Eliza Hernandez is on the way out. He's not got a spot, and we get JP Crawford for the middle infield. Offer this trade, and sounds like a good deal. We now have $70 million in budget, so we should be looking pretty good. We have a staff now too, so yes, tender a qualifying offer. What's the qualifying offer? I already offered them contracts, so I'm not going to tender a qualifying offer to Sean Murphy because I don't want to be paying him what is it, $19.7 million. If he wants to come back for a relatively cheap deal, I'd bring him back, but I think we can find more value elsewhere at the catcher position. Roster. The Phillies have accepted our trade. Obviously, I just did that. Thank you very much. Completed. And it doesn't look like we have gotten anybody to sign, obviously. All right, so free agency. Here we go. Offer salary arbitration. Offer him arbitration. I'll offer him what? Well, let's see what he's asking for. Make an offer. He wants $4.5 million for 1 year, or wow, 13 million a season. Jazz Chisholm, do I want to give you that much money? He strikes out quite a bit, doesn't walk. He's got a good batting average though. Hits 20 home runs. How is he as a fielder? Pretty good fielder. 4.1 WAR. Runs created 75. So it was a really good season for him. Giving him a 2-year deal at 9.7 a year. Kick this can down the road a bit. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, give him $10 million a year for 2 years. And it's not going to matter. It's a 2-year deal, so I'm not going to backload it. I think he's just so well-rounded. Boom. Go ahead and offer that. Karinchak wants a 1-year, $5.2 million deal. He is very good. He wants to be the closer, which I think he will be at an 85 with A potential. So we're going to go ahead and give him that $5.2 million. $58 million in pending offers. Make an offer here. 1 year for $1.5 million for Robert Puason. I'm going to tell him he's going to be a platoon player, so that's fine. And there we go. 1 year deal, $1.5 million. So we're offering $59.5 million out and $65.5 in projected surplus. If Jazz will offer him $4.2 million in arbitration. So if he doesn't take the $10 million for 2 years, we can always get him back in arbitration too. So there we go. Offer arbitration here. Yeah, we'll do that. 4.16. Why not? And we'll see what they decide. And Puason, offer arbitration, $70,000. Cool. Austin Pruitt is a relief pitcher. He wants real money, so we're going to say no thank you to that. Tender contracts. Oh, God. Gunnar Hoglund wants a contract. 3 years. Oh, I can get him at 3 years at $80,000 a season. And I don't think he can say no, right? Yep. 3 years at $80,000 a season because it's renewable. He wants to be in the rotation, which he most likely will be. Connie Nelson, 3 years at $90K a year. Blaine Enlow, 3 years as well at 90K, at 70K a year. So I'll go ahead and do this, and hopefully we can get all these guys back without too much worry. I know we're going to be up against it with the budget, but I think we'll be pretty good here, guys. So give me 1 second, and I'll just pretty much bring back everybody who's renewable. All right, guys, so I have gone ahead and tendered contracts for pretty much everybody. There's not big money to be out there. And look at that, $61.69 million in pending offers, but the $65 million in projected budget surplus. So that'll leave us a few million to maybe to play with in free agency here. Obviously, we could look at trading for a catcher on a cheaper deal, but oh, wow, do they have 2 catchers? They really have 2 catchers as part of their top 2 players, Jacob Nottingham and Adley Ruchman. Obviously, Adley Ruchman's pretty darn good. But let's see, our catchers. Yeah, oh, he's actually a free agent. Let's go ahead and take a look at the free agent catchers. And oh, I thought he was the top guy. Never mind. Sean Murphy, make him an offer. He cannot refuse. Well, we'll see how people view him. But Tom Murphy here, make him an offer. Yeah, it would only cost $5 million for him. I don't think we even have that. Austin Hedges, though, pretty solid fielder, not a great arm, but make him an offer. Yeah, again, it's $5 million. Wow, okay. Christian Vazquez. Let's see here. Actually, I kind of like Elias Diaz as potentially a backup catcher, but he wants $5 million. Omar Narvaez wants. Oh my God! So catchers want a lot of money. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Yasmani Grandal, who's 37, could be a backup, I guess. $3.7 million. Okay, I'm gonna wait until we see who is who comes back and how much money we have and what positions we need to work on. Brett Harris, that's fine if he goes. Same thing with Eddie Lopez. Yep, same thing for all these guys. Andres Salazar is out of contract, but he will be back, I assume. Alan Kane, nobody's playing Alan Kane. All right, so we're okay for a little while. We'll go. Will Smith goes to the Mets. Ozzy Albies goes to the Angels. All right, so we'll see. So we did get somebody to sign. Who did sign their contract? It was James Karinchak signed his 1-year, $5.2 million deal. So did Lee Rodriguez. Gunnar Hoglund also signed. Delvin Gravenbergs, Del Gaudio, Salazar, Reyna, Lopez, Livingston, Denton, Kane. Okay, yeah, these are all the guys. Connie Nelson re-signed. Okay, so these are all the guys that I tendered basically renewable contracts to. Yeah, so guys like Blaine Enlow and Cade Cavalli are still holding out for whatever reason. And they're the only guys that I really want to go after. So we have $54 million in salary arbitration, or excuse me, in offers out. That means we're gonna have about 4 point something to spend. Maybe looking at a catcher. Anybody going? Oh, the Angels are going, or the Dodgers are going after Sean Murphy at 5 years at $51 million. So 5 years at $51.5 million. Yeah, it's about 10.3 per year. Probably not going to get him there. He's also not close to home. Is anybody here from California? Austin Hedges is from California. I love to see that. 4 years. I don't know. I kind of need a backup catcher. That's not awful. Gary Sanchez has got mad power. We know that. We'll see if any of these guys drop their demands as we get a little bit further into free agency. Trade talks, though. Let's look at the catchers, right? I want to take a look at catchers that I could maybe trade for that are cheap. Adley Ruchman. What would it take to get him? Yeah, it's not going to happen. I kind of figured that was going to be the answer, but it doesn't hurt to try. Hunter Goodman, no. Is there anybody on like a cheaper deal that I can go after? Like Joe Mack here. Joe Mack is a solid player, and we can't give up anybody for him. It's probably maybe the budget is hurting us. Harry Ford, obviously they want to keep him. Jorge Alfaro. It wouldn't cost us much, but I don't want to take $5.2 million. I'll look for another catcher as we go here. But all right, so Jazz Chisholm did re-sign. That's a beautiful $42 million in pending. Did he re-sign? I'm confused. Yeah, Jazz Chisholm re-signed his 2-year, $20 million contract. Oh, are there some free agents out there, like guys that I had exclusive? Bo Bichette. Yeah, nobody's offering Bo Bichette more money. Nobody's offering Logan Webb more money. 5 years. What did I give him? 5 years, $105 million. Oh yeah, I'm not going to change that. It seems to be the highest interest by a long shot. And then we would get Bo Bichette back as well. We'd have a ridiculous team if this did go through. Vladimir Guerrero is still a free agent. Yordan Alvarez as well. Kyle Tucker and Luis Robert. Okay. All right. So free agency, Logan Webb, Bo Bichette, and Tyler. Okay, that's fine. Sim to free agency too. Brett Phillips was traded to the Yankees for Isaiah Kinner-Falefa and Luis Medina, excuse me. Jared Walsh signs with the Cardinals. Yes, I would like to stop simulating and see. Okay, Logan Webb and Bo Bichette still have not re-signed, which sucks. But you know, it's actually, do we need to? I wanted to keep Bo Bichette for sure. I mean, our team is stupid good. We just need to find a catcher. Tyler Soderstrom would be that catcher. I mean, what does it say? Where would we be? We'd be 23rd in catchers, which, in all honesty, the rest of the team should carry us. I'm not too worried about that. All right, let's go ahead. And there's our 40-man rosters all set. Tender contracts, free agency. Yep, they're still waiting for a contract. Today is the last day. No, I would like to not stop simulating. Taylor Rogers gets traded to the Blue Jays for Johnny Velez and Brandon Medeiros. Okay, interesting trades there. Okay, so we did get one signed player, and that was James Karinchak. He signed his 1 year, $5.2 million deal. We're going to have $5.4 million if this goes through. Nobody's matching our offer for Logan Webb. We're offering the same amount of money basically as the World Series winning Twins, but for one fewer year, so it's going to be more. I could almost decrease my offer here below 105. Let's give him 5 years, 100. Give him 20 mil a year, right? And then backload it. And we're still the number one offer. It comes a little closer, but we're still the number one offer. So we save ourselves about $1 million a season. Yeah, and now all of a sudden, look at that. We have 6.4 potential in budget to spend now. So let's go ahead, and the White Sox are offering us a trade. They want to give us Justin Haffey for Michael Caine and Parker Meadows. Why would I not take Julius Haffey? I mean, he's 71. Yes. Is there something I don't know about here? Free agency, Logan Webb and Bo Bichette still have not signed offers. We're still the number one offer there. If Logan Webb goes, that's going to suck. But I am trying to save as much money as possible. They still haven't signed arbitration negotiations. Yeah, no, we don't have anybody there and nobody to tender contracts to. So let's continue through. And Aristides Aquino, I'm pretty sure. And then Sean Murphy goes to the Twins. So the Twins probably pull out of the Logan Webb race. And then Dylan Cease, and then Vlad Guerrero Jr. goes to the Phillies. Interesting stuff there. So free agency, and I'm assuming they're going to pull out of the... They're not pulling out of the Logan Webb. Wow, they must have a ton of money available. Free agent catchers, Salvador Perez is available. Mitch Garver for 1 year at 9.6. No, thank you. Tom Murphy wants a lot. No, thank you. Jacob Stallings. I feel like I'd rather just trade for a player. Christian Vazquez here. Actually, not too bad at 35. Elias Diaz is from... If we told him he'd be an everyday player, he'd be ecstatic. 2 years, $10 million. That's $5 million a season. I think we have that. Max Stassi is a great... I almost kind of... you know what? We'll wait. Well, I'm going to wait. I think I might trade for one. Let's go ahead and... No, don't stop simulating. And okay, so we're still... Yes. Lucas Sims goes to the White Sox. Michael Feliz and Jason Belus. Oh, no. And that, it doesn't mean he's... Oh, okay. You know, he's still... I'm going to give him that 5 years, $105.1 million that I promised him last time. I should have just given that to him, and we wouldn't be in this situation. But there we go. He's now... We're now... Yeah, I thank you. Thank you for telling me that Brady Singer. I'm looking now like... Do I go elsewhere and save a bit of money? You know, Jose Urquidy, nobody wants to offer him a contract. I don't know if that's because he's asking for a ridiculous amount of money, but he just had a ridiculous season. He wants 18.1 million at the age of 30 with B potential. Logan Webb has B potential. Should I just that's 21 million. That's a lot less. That is 16. That is a lot less money. To go after Jose or Urquidy. Logan Webb is only 29 and from Cali, so I kind of like that. We're gonna see how it goes, and then we could always pivot, right? So we'll go a few more days. Giants are interested in offering us a trade. They want Randy Arozarena, and in return, they are going to give us starting pitcher Kyle Harrison, not a bad starting pitcher, and right fielder Dominic Canzone. Canzone? He's got B potential. He's 28 from Ohio. I mean, he just came up for them. I think I'm not going to do this deal. Arozarena's on the last year of his $6.5 million deal, so I'm going to decline that. But that's actually not too bad of a trade, in my opinion. Addressing my starting pitcher concern. Free agency, starting pitchers. Oh, wow. So the Giants are now... Oh, no. And some of our backup plans went away. Brady Singer here at 29 with A potential. Throws right. Do we have any lefties? David Peterson here. Peterson, probably. He's not Swedish. Peterson here. 30 is a lefty. 87. 4 years. How much would he want? 5 years at 15.2 is a lot less. All right, Logan Webb. Logan Webb was super good though. Like he's been stupid good. FIP. Peterson, I think, actually has the better FIP of the two. And then Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez is another lefty with a good, but I'd trust David Peterson more. He's 30. I'm going to withdraw the offer from Logan Webb and offer David Peterson here. Everything he wants. He's going to be in the rotation. Probably he won't be the ace because of Zach Gallen, but let's offer him that contract. And now all of a sudden we are his favorite place to be. All right. Mitch Garver here would then... Gary Sanchez is not still available. That's unfortunate. But Mitch Garver... Do I want left? Ooh. There's a bit of Mike Zunino. He's got a lot of power for a catcher. He's been a platoon catcher. Obviously his WAR is not going to be good because of that, but he does have some good power. Let's see. Was he a starter back here? Yeah, it looks like he played a bit more than Tom Murphy's. Tom Murphy's got the better arm. Actually, Mitch Garver's probably, besides the contact, like Mike Zunino's got the power, but Mitch Garver seems to have it all as a catcher. Christian Vazquez, Salvador Perez, 35. Mitch Garver's 35, and wow, he is really good, but he seems to be a bit more well-rounded. So giving him 2 years at 8.5 million would fit in the budget, right? Can we give him 2 years, 8 million? How about 15.5 million? There we go. A little bit less. So that would still give us about 4 million to play with, but I would rather have him than Soderstrom just starting this whole season. So we'll see. We can always trade for one again. Finding a catcher to trade for is not that easy. What? I didn't actually think it was going to go through. We could get one of the best catching prospects. At this point in the game, probably not, but he's an 86, 28, and he's making 1.8 million. We give up 1.3 million worth of salary for him. 68, 69, and 76. Like, he's 22, B potential, whatever. Whatever, that's in the future. This is our catcher. This is the solution to our catcher problem. Well, problem. Yeah, it was a problem for 6 weeks here. Eddie Lopez then is nothing. He's 20, sure. He's got deep potential, 69, nice, but not going to be anything. And then Brent Honeywell Jr. was nothing more than a long reliever for me. I can't believe that just happened. Oh my God. And I think, you know what? I think I might still go after Mitch Garver to be a platoon catcher for us. Unless I go after a guy like Elias Diaz to be the backup catcher. withdraw the offer from Mitch Garver, and then Elias Diaz because he's Venezuelan. Excuse me. I thought he was from California. I don't know why. Max Stassi's from California. That's where I got confused. Although Austin Nola is pretty well-rounded. I kind of like the well-roundedness. He's a better fielder. And 50s in the hitting. Yeah, 80s in the fielding. I think I'd rather have that. Yeah. We're now... Oh, my God. Okay. Offers. We're still the number one offer on all these guys. David Peterson, Bo Bichette, and Elias Diaz. So calendar. Yordan Alvarez goes to the Mets, and Framber Valdez goes to the Yankees. Luis Robert goes to the Rangers. Okay, wow, a lot of signings. Offers. We're still the number one offer on all these guys. You love to see it. Winter meetings come and go. I wish the winter meetings were a little bit more interesting in MLB The Show. It is what it is. I guess it doesn't actually have to be that crazy, but it would be nice for something to break up the off season. The Rule 5 draft is coming up here. Go to the draft, and oh yeah, that's right. We'll be 16th. Cool. Are they suggesting anybody a starting pitcher? 73 potential or 73 overall starting pitcher here. Reese Nair is not bad, but again, I'd rather. I'm gonna just skip this. Skip selection. Yes, there we go. Oh, so we I don't know if we lost anybody. I wish it would tell us if we lost somebody. Yep. There we go. So Bo Bichette still the number one free agent, and we're still trying to go after him. We're still the Yankees are giving him 7 years, $104 million. How much would so what am I giving him? 3 years at $54 million? That's what, 18.18 million a year? Yeah, he's looking for a lot more. Oh, if I give him 8 years, he's starting to look for less. 10 years, 10 years, I guess I could kind of cheese it and then give him away at some point, but I think we'll keep it a little bit more realistic. David Peterson is no longer available in our offer. Did he straight up just sign with somebody? No. Here he is. He's getting offered 4 years, 15 million a season. I mean, I can match that. I can do better. Dustin May here. 23 million a year for Dustin May. David Peterson. I mean, it's still cheaper, right? There we go. It's still cheaper than what Logan Webb would cost us. That's that 21 million, right? I mean, we have I don't think we have the budget. We don't have the budget to go after him anymore. Yes, stop. Seriously, somebody's going after Elias Diaz? Really? I guess Austin Nola is the bit of a better hitter too that I was looking at. He's a backup catcher. Yeah, 2 years at 5.5 a year. There you go. Actually, 1 year at 5.7. Yeah, give him exactly what he wants. Oh, wow. He does not want that at all. Make an offer. We'll up that a bit. We'll just go to, up another million. And there we go. We still got the budget for that. Okay, so it's a very interesting offseason. Byron Buxton gets traded to the Royals. He wins the World Series, and they say, screw you. We're going to trade you for 2 nobodies. Nick Lofton and Brendan Odum. Oh, my God, Twins. What was that trade? I was so happy the Twins won a World Series, and they're going to go screw it. Where? Oh, my God, where are they? They have to be down here at the bottom. They better have good potential, otherwise I'm going to be upset. Brendan Odum he's got A potential. Okay, so they're trying to reinvest in the future. I see. Okay. Whew. You had me worried there, guys. You had me very worried, but that guy looks pretty darn good. Brendan Odum looks pretty good at 21. So I'll let it slide. Free agency, Bo Bichette, Peterson, and so Bichette, can you just accept the offer? Wander Franco gets traded to the Diamondbacks for Jordan Lawler and Chris. Wow, that is a blockbuster. Are you kidding me? That is one heck of a blockbuster. Signed, and I believe Elias Diaz. Yes, he did sign that contract, signed on the dotted line. Bo Bichette, come on, man. You're not getting a better offer anywhere else. Just sign the dang thing. Brandon Rogers signs with the Blue Jays. Nico Horner signs with the Tigers. Free agency, Bo Bichette still has yet to sign. Same thing with David Peterson. All right, it's now the next Sunday and still no announcement yet. We should probably get a pop-up when it does happen. Dustin May signs with the Rangers, which means the competition for Peterson probably gets a little bit stiffer because he's probably the best guy left besides Logan Webb. All right, so they're still free agents. And Trent Grisham goes to the Brewers and Tommy Edman to the Diamondbacks, having a pretty insane offseason here. David Peterson comes to Oakland. There we go. We got him to sign. Austin Hayes goes to the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are just, they were asleep for a little while. And then no announcement that Bo Bichette signs. Is that because he was my own player and we don't get an announcement for that? Anyway, we did sign him and we still have a $7 million in the surplus. Oh my goodness. I guess we could have potentially gone after Logan Webb, but maybe we go after now another reliever. Oh God. Closer? No. Starter? Kyle Hendricks. I can't afford him. Clayton Kershaw for the Pen. Why not? He wants 8.1. That's why not. Lance Lynn, 38, switch hitter. Nice. Danny Duffy. So I think we're all set. We're going to leave that $7 million in surplus. And that is a team, boys. That's sort of how we ended last season. I think we got a little bit better. We're almost top 5 in every position. 4th in the middle infield, 5th at starter, 6th at catcher. So even we saved Sean Murphy. He went to what? The Dodgers? The LA Dodgers. No, he did not. Where did Sean Murphy go? Did he go to the Twins? I feel like he went to the Twins. Yep, there he is. He went to the Twins for $7.2 million a season. And we got Adley Ruchman, who's the same overall, 3 years younger, and has a potential for $6 million cheaper. I mean, technically, we wouldn't have run into an issue. Like, we'd be out of money right now. Like, giving Sean Murphy 7.2 would basically deplete the rest of our surplus. But Logan Webb does leave us for the Padres, but we kind of knew that was coming. Luis Urias goes to the Blue Jays, and there we go. Obviously, we're pretty good. Simmed renewable contracts. Dansby Swanson gets signed, and so does Austin Riley, Miles Straw as well. Wow, so some pretty big names. Renewed contracts, no renewable contracts available. But a guy like Wilmer Flores could be a platoon guy. I like Wilmer. CJ Crone as well. Blake Trainin. How did he pitch last season? FIP. Oh my God, he was insane. It's pretty good back-to-back seasons. So let's take a look though. First at the pitching rotation. Zach Gallen. Actually, wait. Nope. David Peterson. There we go. So now we got some pretty sick lefties in the rotation. David Peterson was an all-star last season, so that's really good to see that we brought him in. James Karinchak wanted to be the closer, I believe, so he will be the closer. Tyler Rogers, flip him with Yimi Garcia, and I think we need to call up one more reliever. Connie Nelson is the long reliever. I don't hate that because we've got Gunnar Hoglund now in the starting rotation. So there we go. All right, so roster, relief pitchers. Ryan Weathers, why is he not in the MLB? I don't know, but that now looks really good in the bullpen. Yeah, we got Rogers, Castro, Weathers with Lee Rodriguez and Yimi Garcia. That's fine. I'm excited for Lee Rodriguez to see what he can do. He's a closing pitcher with A potential, so he can eventually fill in with this closing pitching role. And then Connie Nelson here. Obviously, we know he's got the 99 potential, so we'll see how he does as the long reliever. Now, taking a look at the lineups. Okay, Adley Ruchman, we got to bring him in. There we go. He's in as catcher. And then Bo Bichette in at short. And we still have JP Crawford as the backup middle infielder. Robert Poisson is a backup shortstop. Freddie Thompson's here. Now Mac Denton. Tyler Soderstrom's our backup catcher. Actually, I'd like to send Soderstrom back down to the minors. One more season of him in the AAA because he's got that A potential, right? 76 overall, and he's growing really nicely. Give him another season in AAA to grow. Maybe he gets to the low 80s. Then I can replace Elias Diaz. But For now, maybe Alex Verdugo is making too much money, but he is really sick. Anyway, this is the team that we're looking at, guys. It looks pretty damn good. Poisson's the backup fielder. Crawford's probably the backup hitter from the infield. Freddie Thompson, and then Mac Denton. Freddie Thompson's the backup fielder. Mac Denton, the backup. Yeah, and then we'd send Tyler Soderstrom down. So we got 2 infielders, 2 outfielders, and a backup catcher. I like having that on my bench. But the team looks really good. Michael Busch here at DH. Do we want to DH maybe somebody else? Mac Denton? Mac Denton is pretty good against righties. Well, power-wise anyway. But he can be... he's a good runner off the bench. Robert Poit. Yeah, the guys, I'm so excited for this upcoming season. I feel like we'll finally have a team that performs like we hope it does. Adley Ruchman is a switch hitter. Boom. Him and Bobby Witt Jr. are basically the same player. He's got a little bit better vision. So a Rosarina, yeah, he's not good against righties. I forgot. But he is better than Bush. So there we go. I think this is all set, guys. I'm very excited for this upcoming season. I hope you guys are too. And if you are, make sure to leave a like on it. Subscribe if you guys want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free for all, free for all.